it's Stephen Mulhern and Emma Willis here, and we are very pleased to be part of the Happy Place Festival. I'm actually really excited to be doing this, and it's with you.
I know. I'm excited because I love festivals. I love being happy, apart from when those dogs are barking. Can you hear them out the window?
How many dogs do you have?
I don't have any dogs. They're not mine, but I can always hear them.
Oh, well, I'd have a word with the neighbours, because that wouldn't put me in a happy place.
Should I close the window?
No, the reality is dogs live.
Why
If it was like, if it was munching at you, no.
They live loud.
Everyone loves a dog.
No, I like festivals. I like being happy. I like being with you.
Well, I've only ever been to one festival, and that was with you.
I know, I took you to your first ever festival. And I'm also absolutely intrigued, Stephen, about what your answers are going to be for Never Have I Ever.
Well, I have had a sneaky peek at some of them. I haven't seen all of them, but I'm looking forward to this. I know what the first one is. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Right, never have I ever been skinny dipping. I bet you have.
Why would you think that?
Well, I'm not going to tell you if I've ever been skinny dipping yet, but I would imagine that you have. Because you do stuff. You're not like me.
What, take my clothes off and run into a swimming pool? Or
Okay, I don't know this answer that you're going to give, but if somebody said to me, right, you're going to have place a little bet here. Has Emma Willis ever been skinny dipping?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a place that makes her happy? And I would say yes, you absolutely have been skinny dipping. And I would go as far to say it's more than once.
I have been skinny dipping.
Of course you have.
But only once.
Right.
Only once. And I learnt my lesson. I used to live in America, and I was in Miami, and I was with a bunch of friends, and we were all just messing about. So we all stripped off, ran into the ocean. The next day, I've never seen so many bites on a person's legs. I was covered. I had about 50 bites from sand fleas. So I never did it again.
I'll have a bite.
What about you? See, I think you give off this kind of purer than the driven snow image, but I think you're a right one. So I reckon you've done it multiple times.
If somebody's just literally walked past and started to have a little listen, and that's all they've heard, I bet you're a dirty one. You've done it multiple times.
I didn't say that. I said I bet you're a right one.
Well, the answer is that no, I haven't been skinny dipping.
No, I don't believe you.
I haven't.
I don't believe you.
Well, I've asked people what it's like. If I'd been skinny dipping, I'd say, listen, I've been skinny dipping. But I've heard it makes you feel very free.
Yeah, maybe you should try it.
Do you want to go skinny dipping twice?
As long as you can reassure me that nothing's going to bite me.
No. The Loch Ness Monster, it survives. It doesn't it? No, that's Mulhern. First time. So there we are. At least we now know. You've been skinny dipping. I haven't.
Okay, so that's one to me and none to you.
You always make it into a competition.
I don't know what you're talking about.
By the way.
I don't know anything.
Can you see my grey hair?
Yeah.
Oh, great. You could have went, no.
No.
Oh, thanks.
It's like you put a bit of sun in on it.
Did you hear that?
Somebody at the door.
Somebody at the door. Oh, Hannering. Do you know what? This is not part of this whole thing, but my doorbell, someone will press it, and about 60 seconds later, it will go ding dong.
Why?
Because it's ridiculous. It's always been like that. Anyway.
You ready for the next one?
Yes, please.
Never have I ever eaten or served food that has been on the floor.
Well, you know what I'm like with food in terms of eating wise, fussy, but I have dropped something on the floor and picked it up.
You have?
Yeah, because I think, if you drop something, if it's
What if you'd say, for example, you cooked a pizza
Yeah.
And it fell, dropped it out the oven, cheese side down. You quickly got it up, and I was there waiting to eat. Would you let me eat it?
No. No, I think that's all right.
What? Dusty cheese?
No, I think if it's in your own home and you know it's a clean place, I think it's all right. I do. If you said to me after I ate a pizza, by the way, I dropped on the floor face down, I actually wouldn't go, that's disgusting. Because I know you don't live in a hovel. But I once heard, right, this is no word of a lie, I once heard that a chef had a steak brought back and he stamped on it.
What? He had stamped on it and then served it? Is it a chef that we all know?
No.
You have to think about the answer to that one.
No, I promise, I'll tell you. Because I think that's out of order.
I think I quite often serve food that I might have dropped somewhere. Like, the kids don't really know any different. So if I drop the chips on the floor, I just pick them up and put them on the plate.
Okay, here's another one. Do you believe in that? Is it 5-second rule?
Well, to a certain extent. If it's something sticky, then no, it's got to go in the bin. But if it's not, and you just give it a little blow and it's all right, then I'll go with it.
Okay, can I tell you something? One thing I have done, which I have never revealed to anyone, and you may say to me that's bang out of order, but I do it for a reason.
Did you do it to me?
Well, no, it's if I ever go somewhere to eat, and you know they've got those little pots that they fill stuff up with, like whether it's like a sauce, a ketchup, or something like that. I'm always a bit wary of that.
Why?
But I give the place where you're eating the benefit of the doubt. But if I only eat half of the sauce, then I'll just put a little chip in the bottom of the sauce and just smooth it over, just in case they try and reserve it.
Have you ever been back to the same place the next day and had...
Well, and I finished off the chip. No, but you would go, why is that in there? Why is there a bit of chip in there?
Yeah.
Because I haven't changed it.
I know what you mean. I am a little bit dubious about things like that. And also bread baskets. If a bread basket comes out, you never know whether it's just come off the table that have just left because they didn't eat any.
I like a bread basket.
And did they like pick it up, have a little finger of it, and then put it down and decide no?
Or a little squeeze.
Yeah. Wasn't soft enough.
Right, hang on, these have gone off. I'm just getting these. I'm not looking at my phone, by the way. These are notes. Okay, never have I ever passed. Well, okay.
Do you want me to do that one?
Okay, yeah.
Or do you want to do it?
No, you do it. You're better for me. I can't. I find it really hard.
Stuff, do you?
I find it really awkward.
Oh, I don't. Never have I ever passed wind whilst doing yoga.
Okay, well, there's two things here. Very quick. Right, have you or do you want me to answer that?
Well, I've just told you never have I ever.
Well, never have I ever. I have never passed wind whilst doing yoga. I've never, ever done yoga.
Have you ever passed wind?
That's disgusting. Even though we're grown adults. You know what I'm like with toilet
What is
humour.
your problem?
I don't, there's
with
something.
Natural gases.
Okay, right, let's clear this up. So if you went to me whilst we're talking, chat, oh, excuse me, that would change my whole perception of you. In my world, in my happy place, Emma Willis does not pass wind. Never, ever.
Well, let me tell you, get my husband on the phone and ask him, and he'll say she does it most evenings, multiple times, especially when she's in bed, and then she laughs and wafts the duvet.
Do you want me to phone him?
I can get him if you want.
No, it's quite obvious that you do, because you're so matter of fact with it. But the reality is,
I just kind of think like it's one of those things. First of all, I have broke wind during yoga. It was an accident, but you know those.
Did you say anything?
You're in unusual positions. Have you ever done yoga?
No. I once was asked to do yoga, but I explained that I had my bad back. I once explained when I was asked to do yoga that my back, I suffer from lower back pain.
But yoga's good for that.
Wasn't that day. I tried the one where you put your legs down and then you push your body up.
Downward dog.
Is that it?
Keep going. A bit more.
That doesn't look right.
Go on.
Well, that doesn't look right, does it?
Yeah.
It's always been lucky, Jay.
So, I've never heard you fart either.
No, and do you know what? If I did, I'd be mortified.
In all the years I've known you. And I would never, ever do it in front of you because I know how much you hate it. But I do want to take you to yoga.
Didn't we say once that we were going to do a thing where it's really hot and sweaty in the room?
Hot yoga.
Hot yoga.
Yeah.
That was it. Yeah. We never did that.
But our friendship is ongoing, so this could still happen.
There's one, right, talking of this whole subject. I once did, I had to pass my act on stage, right, at this event, and finished, it went all well. And you know what it's like. Once you finish the show and it's gone well, you're happy, everything's great, you leave. And as I was leaving, there was a little Filipino lady, right? I remember it vividly. And she was leaning on this wall, and I don't know whether she was in the event, but she just looked lovely, looked like my gran, you know. And anyway, she's leaning on the wall. And as I walked past, she did what I can only describe as a horrific sound. Yeah, that you wouldn't expect from a big bloke, let alone a small little lady. And do you know what? She didn't say anything, but this is what she did. Imagine I'm her, okay? Right, so you're there. So she literally made the noise. And as I'm walking past, I was like, whoa. She just turned around and went. It was like a horror movie.
Did it have an aroma?
I didn't wait. Whilst to me, that's the only thing I haven't had tonight. Thank you, little lady. No, I went home.
I once did one doing a handstand in a training session.
Did you actually say anything, though?
No, and I wish I had have, because it was really awkward, because the person training me was there and somebody else was there doing the class with me. And it was clearly it was only a little squeak. It was just a little one. It didn't have an aroma. And the other person that was there went, whoop, and I was like, oh, I was too embarrassed. So I just carried on going for the handstand.
So although I don't like talking about it, it is funny in certain situations, especially when someone's done that and they don't say anything, but they acknowledge it with a look. It's that.
I know. And I think I probably went bright red, but do you know who the person was that was with me?
Go on.
Dougie Pointer.
And he didn't say anything either.
No, but he made the noise. He went, whoop. I was like, oh, God.
I don't know what's funny. Are you doing it or him going, oh, whoop?
Imagine, though, if he just made that noise at something else and now I've outed myself.
Well, surely the best moment is at a wedding when the person that's holding the service goes, does anybody, I don't know what the phrase is, but does anybody have anything to say why these two shouldn't be held, matrimony, blah, blah, blah. And there's just silence. That's the time when you do not want, never.
That would be quite funny, I think. Just like
one of those machines. These questions keep going off.
So, Stephen.
Yes.
We have to do yoga then.
Well, I told you if we are going to do yoga, I only want to do the one where you get all hot and sweaty. Yeah?
Yeah.
Never have I ever been overwhelmed. Okay, well, I'll tell you what, before we reveal if you've ever been overwhelmed, top 3 people that you've met, well, have you ever been overwhelmed by someone?
You, obviously. When I first met you, I was very overwhelmed.
You were nonsense. Don't be ridiculous.
No, I'm clearly joking. I don't know if I think way back in the beginning when I started working in telly, I was quite overwhelmed by one. I kind of never thought that would be my job, but then you end up interviewing people like Tom Cruise and Will Smith and Harrison Ford, and that's overwhelming.
Wow.
But I kind of when I think overwhelming, I think a bit more overwhelmed by emotion at stuff. Like I get easily overwhelmed with certain things because I react quite emotionally. You're like, why is this conversation gone really serious all of a sudden? I was trying to keep it bright and breezy.
So have you ever cried over someone then? When you've seen them, have you ever cried?
Over a person?
Yeah, have you ever seen someone and just your emotions just went and you were like, I don't know why I'm crying?
I cried last night, looking at my mum on FaceTime. I cry all the time.
But is that because you're missing your mum?
Yeah, but I just cry at like... I once cried... Oh, God. I once cried... I was a bit drunk, but I once cried at how cute a tent was.
What? At a tent?
Well, it was for like my niece, and she was very little, and she had this like cute little princess tent, and I had been out drinking, and I was overwhelmed by how cute she would look in that tent, and it so much so it made me cry.
Right. I don't know what's worse, you crying at that or me squeezing a tear out when I saw Michael Crawford on stage.
Why did you squeeze a tear out?
I don't know, because I always wanted to meet him. Met him.
Did you?
Yeah, he was on a revolving stage and he turned... Michael Crawford, yeah.
How old were you?
31. No, it's weird though, isn't it? Because I'll tell you a really good story, right? I don't know if I've ever told you, but you must have been in a position where you look around sometimes and you go, wow, this is quite a good mix of people. And there was a show that was the Raw Variety Show, and I was looking around, there was when One Direction were just huge, there was Bette Midler, Shirley Bassey, Michael McIntyre was the host, Ed Sheeran was playing, Simon Cowell was there. It was just like a who's who, but everyone was like all huddled together because you've got to be, it's everyone in, you know, it's a show where it's not like hierarchy, you know, like everybody's just mucks in. And I remember they're all learning the end song, and Liam from One Direction was rabbiting the chat whilst the director was talking, and the director went, excuse me, no. And he went, okay. And you go, good. You shouldn't be overwhelmed at that position because we're all in the same boat. Yeah. But I think, you know, sometimes it's quite a nice thing.
I thought you were going to say you cried.
Well, cried with laughter when he got told off. In your face!
So how old were you when you cried at Michael Crawford?
Wasn't that long ago. Is that really bad? It's only because I grew up watching him and I think he's amazing. You know? Is that really sad?
I slightly hyperventilated when I met Bros once.
So well, there you go. You were a Brosette.
Yeah, so I suppose it's not really that bad. It's just different strokes for different folks. I like.
Did you have the key rings on your
theatre?
Did you have the key rings on your laces?
No, I had bottle tops on my shoelaces.
Bottle tops.
Yeah.
That was it. Well, what's the next two? Hang on.
Never have I ever forgotten a special person's birthday.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Because I have never forgotten anyone's birthday, but I believe you forget mine frequently. Unless you look on Instagram and see people wishing me a happy birthday, and that's the only way you remember.
That is always a good bonus, isn't it? When you see all those balloons going up and you go, there's nothing worse. Actually, that's the one thing that I annoy myself with. I do forget people's birthdays, which is bad, isn't it? Because some people, I bet you've got that mind where you go, right, yeah, Tuesday 17th, that's like, you know, all those mind benders.
Yeah.
That can just remember stuff.
Yeah.
26th of March, Matt's, blah, 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 blah.
April Stevens.
It is April.
I know.
If you get the day, I'm going to freak out. If you get the actual day.
The 18th.
Oh, no, it's the 4th. My brother's birthday is on
yes,
the 4th.
I know, because it's the same day as my other friend.
Oh.
Hmm.
Good. Well, now you'll never get us mixed up. My brother's
Will's birthday is the 29th of December.
Whose?
Will.
Oh, right.
I remember like all my family's birthday, but I have a godchild and I always forget every year. So at Christmas, I double up her presents.
Oh, nice one.
I think that's fair.
I always remember my brother's birthday. I've got two brothers and a sister, but one of my brother's birthdays is on April the 1st, which is a right result. April Fool's Day.
So do you forget every year on purpose?
Oh, no, I make sure I send him something very nice. He always gets a very special treat of some sort, or a surprise, or if he's over at my house, it's the perfect day to do jokes.
So what do you do to him?
Oh, you know, when I was a kid, it would be things like, you know, give him, you know, £2 in a card. You know, as the years went on, obviously it would be like, you know, a £5 or a £10 or whatever. But, you know, first time when it got up to a £5, it was £5 in a card, but they're all pennies.
Have you ever bought someone one of those fake lottery tickets where they win 100 grand?
See, the good ones are amazing.
They're so good.
Yeah, especially when you've got a greedy guts. I gave a friend of mine one, and he pretended that he didn't win.
What?
Nah, nothing on that. It was meant to be 100 grand.
Oh!
Yeah.
And he pretended there was nothing there, so he wouldn't have to
There was nothing on it.
give you anything or buy you anything.
I've also had somebody send me lottery scratch cards where they've signed the back of them. So if you do win, it's their money. Yes.
No way.
Right, this is a really good joke to do on someone. Next time you've it's someone's birthday, right? Buy 3 scratch cards, right? Get £3 scratch cards, whatever. Scratch them all off, but you've got to make sure they're not winners, all right? So scratch them all off perfectly, right? Scratch, scratch, scratch. You know they're losers, right? So you write a card to Emma, have a lovely day, lots of love, Stephen. P.S. Bought you some scratch cards, but I know how busy you are, so I'll scratch them off for you. You haven't won anything. It's a good joke. It's funnier when you get the card.
Yeah, I would imagine. Maybe you'll remember next year.
Never will I ever forget again.
Yay! I don't believe you.
What's these ones? Never have I a special birthday. Never have I.
Never hugging.
Never have I ever missed hugging someone so much.
Oh, I don't believe that's true of you.
In what sense? What do you mean? I'm not really a hugger.
No, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
I don't think that statement is right for you. Never have I ever missed hugging people so much. Literally. Like, I don't really go out at the minute. And if I do and I see someone, even if I don't know them, I feel like I just should hug because it's been that long that I've hugged someone that isn't my husband and kids. I literally, when I see you next, I will literally like be like a koala on you.
So next time you see me,
Yeah.
that's what you're going to do.
Yeah. If we don't have to be socially distant, I'm going to koala hug you. You know, like when kids do it to you, and like your niece and nephew or someone, and they grab you, and you're like, oh, okay, and you start walking, they start slipping down your legs, and it gets difficult to walk.
Do you ever hug people you don't know, though?
Next time I see you.
Do you hug people you don't know?
No.
Nah. I think also the kissing thing's a bit weird as well.
I do lots of hugging on The Voice, though, and I don't really know them.
Yeah, but that's important.
Yeah.
It's important to make people that are nervous, feel welcome.
Yes.
But do you do one kiss or two kisses? Have you? Oh, here's a good one. Never have I ever went in for a hug and the person didn't want it. Does that make sense? Does it make sense? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, when you're hugging them and they're just standing there like that with their arms at the side.
Yeah, and it's like hugging a tree. Or gone for a kiss and you've done the lips.
Have you ever gone in for a hug and they've turned their face towards you and kissed you instead?
No. Why, do you do that as well?
Next time.
Imagine. Yeah, hug it. Never have I ever. Yeah.
What were we doing? Hugging?
Never have I ever watched TV so much. How about that?
Oh, my goodness. Are you really watching TV, though?
No, Emma, I'm being serious. I don't know what it is. Up until, the time, you can't go out, that sort of stuff. I've never watched Netflix and Amazon so much in my life. Up until this moment, I'd never watched anything on Netflix.
I'm not surprised. Have you watched Game of Thrones yet?
I've watched a couple of them.
When?
What do you mean?
When did you watch them?
See, that one I'm not really addicted to.
When did you watch them?
A year ago? Maybe 6 months.
Okay, so
He's drinking the poison at the minute.
I bought you the box set 4 years ago, and you watched the first episode last year.
Yeah. Peaky Blinders I've still got.
Was it Game of Thrones or Peaky Blinders I got?
Peaky Blinders, because it's on my shelf downstairs.
Oh, it wasn't Game of Thrones.
It was Peaky Blinders.
So have you watched Peaky Blinders?
Not yet. That one's in storage.
So I bought you that.
It's on shelf.
And you've still not watched it?
Not yet. But you've got to save stuff. You can't just give.
We're in lockdown. This is the time to watch your saved box sets.
Yeah, but I'm watching Succession. I've
That's
watched The Act. What else have I watched?
Afterlife.
Afterlife, amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Have
Love
you
it.
watched Normal People?
No, but everyone's talking about this show.
Oh, I've just finished it and I'm devastated that it's over.
Did you watch it back to back? So that's the thing, isn't it? Watch it all back to back.
They're only half-an-hour episodes. So you can watch a couple and then I go to
Worth
bed.
watching?
Definitely worth watching. Little bit saucy.
Is it?
In fact, it's quite a bit racy. Yeah.
Right. I'll watch it after Peaky Blinders.
Yeah. Oh, Stephen, that means you're never going to watch it.
Never have I ever worn a shirt that's so low cut in my life.
Yeah, you have. I've seen you in a really low cut t-shirt like this with one of those really low cut chains like what Blue used to wear.
No, you haven't.
I have.
Well, the fact that you said like Blue used to wear, 15 years ago? No way. No way.
You had to think about it though, didn't you?
Yeah, I was thinking.
Yeah, you're like, oh God.
Okay, never have I ever went to a party in a fancy dress outfit, but it wasn't fancy dress.
No, I've never done that either.
No, because that would be better. That would be quite funny though. I've once heard of somebody saying it was a fancy dress party. Oh, and he turned up, blah, blah. But I don't really believe it. I think that's a myth.
I might do that to you next time I have a party.
Yeah, but the difference is that'll be easy to be fooled by you because you do have fancy dress parties. I've never known anybody who runs a quiz that you have to get dressed up for the quiz. I've never sat there thinking, what shall I wear? That's the theme. It stresses me out.
Well, you know, it just makes the night a bit more interesting. Gives you something to do in the day, thinking about what to wear.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm liking your quizzes.
Thanks. You need to get ready for Ibiza.
Oh, I'm there. Right, never have I. Oh, yeah.
Never have I ever gate crashed a party.
Never have I ever gate crashed a party. Oh. I went into somebody else's box.
What?
Yeah. You know what I mean? At award ceremonies and stuff, they have like boxes.
In a venue?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, people don't really care at that point, do they?
They're a little bit.
I've actually gate crashed the Britain's Got Talent rap party once with you. I wasn't invited. You just snuck me in.
Yeah, but you are invited, aren't you?
But
because you know,
invited.
I know there was some
invited.
There was someone who gate crashed that same party one year that wasn't invited.
Well, I wasn't invited.
Yeah, but you're always welcome. This other person who was on the TV. What?
Who was it?
I thought you were going to say I've got something on my face. Somebody that you interviewed. A girl.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Stephen, what are you sitting on?
What do you mean? My chair.
What's behind you?
There.
Yeah.
It's a little throw. What did you think it was? Some sort of throne? What do you think? Are you joking me? You actually thought I was sitting...
like a nana chair.
Right, I'm taking it off now.
No,
and
now
the people that are putting this together for Fearne Cotton.
It's
hello, Fearne,
very
by the way.
lovely, Stephen. I like it. I like it.
Well, I can't have it on now because you made me feel uncomfortable. And it does actually look better. You should have told me that at the start. Still here.
Never have I ever picked my nose in public.
That's disgusting. I saw someone the other day, right, and I'm hoping they're at the festival watching this, because if you are, you know you are. It was revolting. Literally to the point where it was like a meal.
Who was it and where were you?
I was in my car and I looked to my left, and I'm sorry if you're eating something whilst you're watching this, but oh, the thought of it. It was like a trick. Like all the
What were they eating it as well?
It was, yes.
Oh!
And the problem is, yeah, exactly. And the problem is, you get fixated. I don't care what anyone says. My instinct when you see somebody doing that is they start and you go, oh, they're not, are they? And when they do, it's like slow motion.
It's because you want to watch to see how long they're rummaging around for.
It's revolting though, isn't it? All that. And there's different... Sorry?
I quite enjoy it.
Watching someone do it?
No, doing it.
Do you?
Not like a rummage, but like in the morning when I get up, my nose is quite blocked. So I do like to have a little...
See, even when you do that, that's womanly. That's nice. But not...
whilst I'm doing it.
Not a sheriff.
Yeah, and I do. I think because I quite like having clear airways, I do sometimes find myself when I'm driving, if I'm a bit kind of like, you know, thinking, I might be having a little... And then I suddenly remember and look around to see if anyone's watching me.
Yeah, well, I think it's revolting. So the answer is no. Never have I ever picked my nose and done anything like that.
You've never picked your nose in your whole life?
That's a lie. I'm sorry.
When you were a kid, I bet you were one of those.
No, I lied.
That used to pick their nose and wipe it on the wall next to their bed. I bet you were.
Oh, I've got rid of stuff that's on my hands by wiping. You know, a little bit. You're right. How you doing? But not that. If I get something on my hands, like gooey or something, I say, "Ooh, okay, you all right?"
Like a bit of cold egg.
Like a bit of cold egg. Cold egg.
Cold beans. See, I'd rather have a bogey on my hand than cold beans. Trixie, my now 4-year-old, it's her favourite game. She loves picking her nose, and she picks it and she shows it to me, and she goes, "I'm gonna wipe it on Daddy," and then she runs off and just right up his arm.
You know, as you said that, you came forward and light hit your face. It was like, "I'm gonna get ya." Right, I like this one. Never have I ever been arrested. Oh!
See, I think you might have been.
Do you?
Yeah. You are Mr. kind of clean-cut Saturday night now, but I think when you were a teenager, you were a right rebel, and you probably got arrested for shoplifting or something.
Wow.
Or nicking some penny sweets.
Well, I can tell you. Actually, I'm saying stuff from here that I've never said before. I used to be a lookout for police.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Well, have you ever heard of fly pitching? Have you heard of that? So fly pitching is where market traders would set up their stand, whatever they're selling, in places where you're not allowed to set up. So you have, it's like Del Boy sort of open the case selling stuff. But if the police would come and to get you, they could either find you or arrest you.
Yeah.
But I was the lookout. So if I saw a policeman's helmet, the police were coming, "Police coming." We'd all have to run.
Who were you the lookout for?
My dad. Yeah.
You just outed your dad for illegal selling on the street.
Well, no, the stuff he was selling wasn't. My dad sees this. He's going to be like, "What are you doing, boy?" No, but he wasn't selling
Mr.
illegal stuff.
Mulhern.
Yeah, that'd be all right. No, he wasn't selling illegal stuff, but he
he was illegally selling stuff. Not selling illegal stuff.
We couldn't afford to get a stand. Yeah, but it was good for the public. It was cheaper than it is in the shops. Listen, it wasn't nicked. Sorry?
Did you do magic? To deter the police if they were coming? Did you quickly go, "Whoa, there's a rabbit in a hat"?
Oh my God. No, but interesting, when we did actually earn money to then be able to work on a market stall, then we would bizarrely sell magic tricks. Yeah. Weird, isn't it? Have you ever been arrested?
No.
Have you not?
No.
I think, have you ever, okay, never have I ever been pulled over by the police. Have you?
No. No, the police did come to my rescue once, though.
Really?
Whilst I was in a car, yeah.
What were you doing?
My car was on fire.
Was it?
Yeah. When I was 18, I had a 1967 Beetle. It was really old, and I loved it. And I lived in London, and I was just on my way back from the airport. I was driving around the M25, and I looked in the rearview mirror, because in a Beetle, the engine's in the boot. I looked in the mirror, and there was just flames coming out of the boot of the car. I pooped my pants. So I pulled over on the lay-by, and my car was just on fire. And the police had seen me on the cameras, so came to help. And I hadn't put any oil in the engine.
All right.
I didn't know about oil.
Do you know how I know there is a engine in one of those cars?
Well, because there's engines in all cars.
No, in the back, those, because of Herbie, the film Herbie.
Yeah.
Herbie makes me happy. That's
Yeah.
a good film. Yeah. I've only ever been put up by the police once for speeding.
Did you? Did they
Yeah.
did you get a ticket? Oh.
Yeah. And also your heart stops. When you see the lights, your heart stops. I think anyone who doesn't get nervous when you're pulled over by the police is a criminal.
Matt got pulled over by the police one night, driving through London on the way home, quite late. Oh, and literally, I was like, oh my God, I was in the passenger seat, and he said, what's the matter with you? I was like, well, we're being pulled over by the police. He said, it doesn't matter. They got him out of the car. They asked him to walk in a straight line, do the breathalyzer. Matt doesn't drink, so he was just like literally skipping down the road, jumping.
Yeah, good.
I think they wanted. And he was like, thank God.
Yeah, can you imagine if you had Can you imagine if you had a real idiot who pulled him over and went, oh, you're busted. Oh, get in the car, clear off.
I think that would have been quite funny.
Never have I ever, now I'm going to ask this, but I don't really know what it is. Do you know what I'm talking about? CBD.
I love that face that you pull.
That's the marijuana. It's the marijuana.
CBD.
The marijuana.
Yes, mother.
It is, isn't it?
It's an extract from the plant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an oil.
Yeah.
Now, I'm saying this as though I've got knowledge of this. The only time I've ever seen this was when I watched Gino, Gordon and Fred.
Oh, why have they been on it?
I'm sure it was the same thing. I'm confident. I hope. Because I'm not... Yeah, they were cooking and I think in the cakes or something. Because Gino was a little bit, whoa. It's on the TV.
Oh.
Is that what it does? Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've never tried it. Never have I ever tried CBD oil. But
and never have I ever tried it.
If it comes from marijuana plant, then I imagine it has the same effects as marijuana. Not that I know what those effects are.
But hang on, is this legal then? It's legal.
I don't know. I think it's a bit murky. The whole conversation around CBD oil, because I don't know if that is what is used for certain medicinal purposes.
Right.
Because I think it can. People claim it can help with like chronic arthritis and stuff.
Mm.
I think we don't know anything about it, so no, we haven't tried it. But maybe Gino, Fred, and Gordon were cooking with it because you can make hash brownies.
Oh.
Apparently, make it dizzy. Apparently, allegedly, right. I've never had one, so I don't know.
No, right. So just to confirm, never have I ever, or never has Emma Willis ever, had GBH or OBD.
CBD.
CBD.
I think GBH is something very different.
Yeah, forget that.
Yeah. Never have I ever drank spirulina.
What's spirulina?
Oh, it's green and gross, but really good for you.
Oh, that's why I haven't heard of it.
Yeah.
So what is it? A juice?
Well, I think it can come in different forms. I think Matt has it in like a powder that he adds to smoothies and stuff. But I think it kind of tastes a bit like pond water.
Oh, well, do you know what? I don't want a bottle. Get me a crate.
I've never had it, so I might be wrong. But I imagine I'm judging it basically on its looks.
Doesn't sound nice.
No.
Give me a spirulina.
I think maybe we need to go on an adventure, Stephen, and find out about all these things.
Well, the thing is,
clarity, and we know.
Yeah, we'll have everything, but hold on the spirulina and the CBD. What's the avocado? Try that one.
Never have I ever had avocado on toast.
Not a hope in hell.
Come on.
No.
You can do it.
Never have I ever, never will I wanna, never will I ever, 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 ever have it. Two things. It's not right. It doesn't look right. Scoop it out of that thing, whatever it comes in.
An avocado.
An avocado. That's right.
Have you ever had guacamole?
No, I've heard of it. What is it?
So, okay, next time.
I swear to you, I don't know it, by the way. I don't know what it is, but I've heard of it.
So it's made from avocados, and it's got like a little bit of lime juice and a bit of chili and salt and pepper, and you put like all sorts of gorgeous, yummy things in it. So next time you come to my house, if I make it for you, will you try it?
I'll try it because it's you. But I just don't like the look of the texture.
We could have a whole game of smell and taste. We could do avocado on toast, spirulina, and CBD oil in the cake.
Oh, what a night. End up skinny dipping, then we've done the list.
I've got a paddling pool.
See, that should be the next thing that they do in Happy Place. So everything that you've never, ever done, you should do.
Never, the never have I ever tent, but I will do before I leave.
There you go.
Yes.
That's clever.
Fearne Cotton, you are welcome.
Yeah, that's right. Well, do you know what, Emma? Never have I ever enjoyed your company so much.
Oh, is that because I can't actually properly harass you because I can't get to you? Look.
Should we touch fingers? Touch fingers. Oh, nice. And never will I ever forget your birthday.
When is it?
Yeah.
When is it?
Great. Have you
Just
muted yourself? You muted
Guess
yourself.
the month.
She
Guess
muted
the
herself.
month.
Can still see you. Don't know if you can.
Guess the month.
Wow. Can't even think. I tell you what. Phone me. Speak soon. Speak soon. Bye. Bye.
If you like that video, there are loads more talks, classes and exclusive videos from the Happy Place Virtual Festival. So don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. Do follow us on Instagram for constant updates and enjoy.